Okay, so yeah, this is part two. After that shenanigans, that was part one, and me apparently dropping off the call. So we're gonna start part two. Uh,
Yeah.
And
so
then we'll
moving
start
on,
part 3 and
and then we'll
4.
start part three and four and five, and I'll have to edit all of this together while we talk after the chat. Um, so moving on from what we were talking about Mexico adding VR, and Mel had her thing, the thing that she said, and I was about to say that personally, I don't think that there should be VR on roller coasters. I think it should be like only like standing experiences or sitting or possibly walking with the example of the repository at Horror Nights this year. Um,
What's
that's
Horror
the only-
Night?
I hate you. I hate you.
Is that like Knots or what?
Is it
No.
kind of like Phantom Fright Nights at Kennywood?
Of
Cedar-
course you would say Phantom Friday.
Cedar Point Halloween.
Oh, is it that thing in Busch Gardens?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Brick or Treat?
Oh yeah, Brick or Treat at Busch Gardens. That's right.
Brick or
What's
Treat
known
at
as Halloween
Legoland.
Horror Nights out of state.
See how knowledgeable we are about theme parks?
Oh,
Absolutely,
Lord.
10 out of 10.
Would
Come
recommend.
to the right podcast.
I like SeaWorld's Halloween Spooky Fright Fest.
Spooky Fright. Oh God.
Mickey's Not
Oh.
the Scary Halloween Horror Nights Retreat.
So let's get on with this. I'm wearing my
Mickey's
jacket
frozen
inside out.
Halloween
Oh my
party.
God.
Ow.
Let's move on from that. Coming to the Great Escape in 2017 will be a new water slide called Bonsai Pipelines. Thunder Rapids Water Coaster is coming to Fiesta, Texas. I'm literally just reading off these. I just need to get through this for my sanity. Speaking of sanity, I work that better than anybody. Spin Sanity is coming to Six Flags St. Louis. Titan, which is like a swing ride like Delirium at Kings Island and Kings Dominion, is coming to Laurent in Canada, the Great White North. Now here's where Six Flags gets me. They name things the same things as other rides, but they're completely different rides. They, like, with the Joker, they have the Joker Chaos Coaster, and then they have the Joker 40 Free Fly.
Right.
And then they have the Joker that's at Discovery Kingdom that they just built that's an RMC. So there's so many Joker coasters. It's not even funny. They announced 2 Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth rides. They're both called Lasso of Truth.
That's so silly.
One of them is just like the Titan that I just talked about at Laurent, and that's going in Discovery Kingdom. And then one of them is like the Wind Seeker at Kings Island, where you swing and it goes really high up in the air. So, go Six Flags.
Yeah.
That was unbearably hard to do. So we're going to move on from that quickly and quietly, and we are going to move on to Owen, I guess. What news do you got, Owen?
Well, a couple of the Universal news. Recently, they decided they wanted to start on the new trend about using mobile apps to purchase their theme park tickets. So now inside the official Universal Orlando Resort app, you can actually buy park tickets. They're basically doing it the same way that other parks have done it in the past. I'm sure SeaWorld has done this too, because I know a lot of people have used it like this. You get a QR code, and it's under the menu that says My Tickets, and then basically you just go to the front gate and they scan your QR code, and that's your ticket. Making things a lot easier.
Yeah.
So another thing a lot of people are abuzz about with Universal is the fact that out of the blue the other day, they officially not only announced a kind of a raise in annual pass holder prices, but they also introduced a brand new pass.
And this is where Cameron comes in.
And in all essence, this is basically the old Power Pass, pretty much. It's called the Seasonal Pass. And basically it provides pretty much the same thing that the Power Pass would. There are blockout dates, just like with the old Power Pass as well. You get discounts on Horror Nights and Rock the Universe, and discounts on the Blue Man Group, and when you're staying on property hotels. And it's basically just to get you admission to the park. That's what it is. Simple as that. So the Power Pass, since we now have a new Power Pass called the Seasonal Pass, it brings the same thing that the Power Pass used to have, but it also adds a couple new things. They eliminated summer blockout dates for the Power Pass, and they have $10 self-parking now. Rather interesting. With Preferred and Premier, they added a brand new thing, which I'm pretty sure is going to create a lot of chaos in the morning. And that's the fact that they have early park admission for Preferred and Premier annual pass holders 1 hour before opening.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be chaotic.
Well, the Preferred gets the blockout dates, but the Premier, they get every day. So if you're a Premier annual pass holder, you can get into Universal an hour early every single day.
Oh, God. So, I mean,
That's
it basically
stupid.
just has an hour earlier opening time, then.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I pity the team members.
So confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things going on with the annual pass. My annual pass actually runs out on my birthday this year, and I am planning on sticking with my Premier annual pass. So as of right now, unless things change, and I'm sure they won't change by the time that I renew, and I can honestly say that the renewal rates are not changed as of this moment. So you can renew for the same price you could renew for last year, but card subject to change. There's a good possibility that'll change in the very near future as they prepare, obviously, for Volcano Bay's opening next year.
Yay.
Which will affect us here on the Popcast Network. And I can say that with all of us here on the Popcast Network on Travis's podcast, because we are utilizing Volcano Bay next year. So
Yes.
we'll talk about that next year.
Yes. 2017 holds lovely things.
Yes. Who knows? Maybe even more lovely things than I ever dreamed would be. We'll find out.
I actually want to congratulate someone with within Universal.
Okay.
Where's this going?
You do the same thing I did on Twitter?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You'll have to tell me. I'm going to congratulate the one, the only Mr. John Murdy on finishing the audio designs for Horror Nights.
Good job, John.
Way to go, Murdy.
Good job. You did it.
I'm so proud of you.
You did a thing.
So proud of you.
Go back to
did a
building
thing.
those black walls that we all know and love.
Oh, God.
Yo.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
He needed to get this audio stuff done so he could go out and buy black paint. Like, cut him some slack.
And wallpaper bushes.
I'm pretty sure I heard a gargoyle in the background a second ago.
We are so mean to John.
I'm just kidding.
No, I seriously just heard the sound of a
John, you're
gargoyle
more
in the background.
talented than I could ever hope to be, because of course he's listening.
He's
Why
always
did-
watching.
Oh God.
Always watching.
Oh, boy.
I love John Muddy.
Obviously, the last piece of news, Travis, is the big news that the official map of Halloween Horror Nights 26 has been released. A couple of things we actually know now. Number one, none of the roaming hordes are on the list. If you look around a little bit, you may be able to figure out what or whom they are, or both. But it's not going to be listed anywhere where you can see. You're just going to have to be accosted by them.
Ooh. I mean,
That's
I think
just
the
some
Roman.
better.
I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of spirit, maybe bedazzling involved. It's possible. You never know. I mean, there's probably gonna be a lot of Halloween creatures. I don't know, one of which may be from the Batman franchise, but not exactly that way. Or maybe a movie, or maybe potentially a movie that Cameron really wants to see come to the event someday.
Oh yes.
There could be some people
You know
that.
me so well.
Oh yes, there could be some people that I don't know may or may not be from me and Travis's neck of the woods, like maybe down south a little bit, somewhat, or
Some
Yeah.
you
I'm
never
not.
know. You never know what you're gonna
I'm-
see.
Actually, could I possibly go through this real quick, Owen? 'Cause I have it in
Nope.
front of me. Do you have it in front of yourself too?
Of course I do.
I just want to point out the fact that you all said I was crazy and said they're not going to put Horror Night or American Horror Story in the front of the park. Guess what they did? Drop the mic, walk away.
There it is.
It still doesn't really make much sense. I would have given it Plaza, so it had a long queue. Just the same
Zero
problem I
sense.
had with Monsters and Mayhem last year in American Werewolf in London. So once
Yeah, but
again,
it's that big marquee house. They want it to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
really the first thing that you see when you come in, just like Jack
Well,
Present.
That
But I
and they
will-
put all the Uber houses in that soundstage.
Mm-hmm.
But I also will say that The Exorcist is going to do a lot better than American Werewolf in London, so it
Oh, yeah,
will
for sure.
completely utilize the Plaza queue.
Yes. Oh, I agree. I think Exorcist is going to draw in huge lines.
Cannot wait. A couple things we can take from this: the scare zones. Obviously, there's 5 of them. A couple more changes in names yet again.
Oh, really? I hadn't looked
It is
closely at it yet.
It is officially now called Survivor Die Apocalypse,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and it's now called Lair of the Banshee.
No, I have Banshee's Lair on mine.
It's both, because on the map it says Lair of the Banshee.
Of just one banshee?
And just one Banshee.
It's just one banshee running around.
I don't know. That Banshee may or may not be on some sort of of something you might be able to wear somewhere down the line. You never know. Guess you have to stay tuned. So once again, obviously, as we all know, Chance Now is going to be in the front of the park. We've already seen a lot of really sweet construction. And Survivor Die Apocalypse is in New York. Dead Man's Wharf is in San Francisco. Lair of the Banshees is going to be in Central Park. And Vamp 1955, Shock Surprise in Hollywood, which is what we all predicted they would be.
Yes. Go Suns.
Go Suns. Follow them on Twitter.
Yes, and I really want a shirt that for the Suns.
Too many random accounts.
Keep that in mind. So obviously,
I follow an account that's like Joe Rohde's earring.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
No,
one.
you don't.
I do. It's great.
That is awesome.
okay, so like we said
Freaking
before,
hilarious.
Bill and Ted 25th anniversary show is going to be back in the Fear Factor Live Stadium. Cannot wait. So excited. My God, we're so close. 12 days from Bill and Ted for me.
Amazing.
This is going to be a year to remember. I'm really excited. Let's just say, Cam, people that have been following the Popcast Network in 2014 might remember things and give me another reason to be excited about the event this year, and that's as far as I'm going to go.
Oh.
Hashtag. So Academy of Villains, House of Fear is taking over the ginormous stage that is across from Mel's.
Yep, right across from me. I can see it right now.
Yeah, right across from Mel's, literally.
Can we get a picture of Mel in front of Mel's one day?
Yes.
Please, yeah.
This will definitely happen.
Mel's is my nickname, so it just gets really confusing. But yeah, no, I am Mel's die-in. Please come die with me.
Mel inside of Mel's, it's Melception.
Yay! That's always what I wanted.
So the last bit of information I can have is we have official queue line entrance and exits.
Yay.
Yeah,
I'm so happy about this.
So happy they moved the entrance to Shrek.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's going to help a lot better.
It was very tedious to get into Asylum last year.
It was easy for us because right after Carnage Returns would end, we could go straight to Asylum.
Well, yeah, but it's like when you see it on the map, you would expect the entrance to have been like around where Scary Tales was, instead of clear on the other side.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Whenever I went to Orlando in June and met up with Cam, we were walking to. It was lit. We were walking to walk through the split through that goes from that goes under Rip Ride Rocket,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that side thing in between Williams of Hollywood and all of the shops in Hollywood, or the prop shop and all that stuff. And there was that little indentation where Shrek is. I'm like, hey Cam, wouldn't it be cool if they put the queue for whatever for house, insert house their name, because I might have known possibly what it could be. Totally got it wrong. I said, couldn't they put this house there? And he's like, that'd actually be a really good idea for the entrance. Didn't you say that, Cameron?
I don't remember
Well,
at all.
completely, Travis, to be honest, when it comes down to it, if you got to go to EP last year, you would know that the Asylum in Wonderland queue, when it was elongated, they actually moved it without there. Like, it went out into the street. Like, they had a bunch of switchbacks because the queue was so long. So they've used that queue before as part space, but now it's being used as the full space.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a minute because we haven't been talked about it yet. So I like to do things in order. Everyone knows this.
My bad.
It happens. American Horror Story will end up being next to Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem.
Perfect. Those IPs match flawlessly.
My favorite ride. I love waiting 5 hours.
To look at a bunch of yellow Tic Tacs.
We get to exit at Music Plaza Courtyard, just like before. The Exorcist is taking Music Plaza on the left-hand side, and we're going to exit out the courtyard as well. So we're going to have the overlap of people leaving that way. Ghost Town, the Curse of Lightning Gulch, is going to be on the other side of Music Plaza, on the right-hand side. Basically, the road to nowhere that is close to Jimmy Fallon now, where the bathrooms that they run to in the commercial is actually in, that no longer exists. You're going to get to exit right outside the New York Library facade, and that's going to take you right to The Walking Dead, which is going to be right next to it. Lunatic's Playground 3D. This is the interesting one that everybody has been waiting for, the actual confirmation. The entrance is going to be near Men in Black, and it's going to exit near Men in Black.
All right, makes sense.
So I have a feeling we'll probably use the actual Men in Black queue to exit the house.
Looks like it.
Is Texas going to be open during?
They haven't not announced the actual lineup of rides yet. I say that there's.
I could see it happening.
I can see it opening.
Because they rarely use, they never really use the extended queue during the event anyways.
Not during the event, no.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It would, I feel like this house being there would really up the traffic into Men in Black, though.
I agree.
So it might be a good idea.
Traffic.
It's going to be, that back corner of the park's going to be a nightmare this year.
I agree.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to be exiting. It's going to start at Men in Black next to the restrooms in that little area right there.
The clusterfuck.
Oh God, yes! And then it's going to exit near the restrooms. It's going to go up that nice little ramp way, so that'll be fun. Tomb of the Ancients will, of course, be next to Animal Actors. Which means we're going through Barney in order to be able to get to the queue.
Yes.
Exit close to Texas, which is nice because you're actually able to, if you really want to do it the right way, you can go from house to house to house to house to house. And I'll explain that in a minute. Halloween Hell Comes to Haddonfield is going to be next to Kid Zone, which means we're going through the dark version of Curious George Goes to Town.
Ooh.
And it's uber creepy walking through that area when the dark.
Curious George, the Curse of Lightning Gulch.
Yes. Krampus.
Curious George, the naughty little monkey.
Dear God. Krampus, as we have mentioned. Wow. Krampus, as we've mentioned, is.
Curious Harambe.
No.
Serves you right. Krampus is going to be in that little section next to the Brown Derby, and it's actually going to exit opposite Donkey's photo finish, which is a very interesting exit line too. So
photo finish.
Ooh, man.
So we have a couple things that are listed for pass holders. I think this is interesting. Number one, we have an annual pass pin, which is $7.95 plus tax. There's an exclusive T-shirt, $24.95 plus tax. You have the annual pass holder event nights, the first 2 Fridays and Saturdays of the event, which get to RSVP on the actual website in a couple of days when it goes online. I believe it's Monday when it actually goes up. And there's also going to be something that I've never seen until right now. It is Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Month at Universal Orlando Resort. And because of that, they are doing discounts on Express Pass and discounts on their VIP tours. According to this is also counting on RIP tours for discounts as well.
Ooh.
Really?
Something has not happened in the past.
Oh my god, I wish Disney appreciated their annual pass holders with anything ever.
Speaking of appreciation of annual pass holders, Mel, great segue, wrote it in just like a Disney manager at Disney Springs. You basically have a brand new store. The Aftermath store is back, but this time it's the old Macy's location. It's going to be called the Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store.
It's interesting how it's like smack dam in the middle of the chaos of Survivor Die.
I know, it's going to be hilarious trying to see people hanging out there.
Oh yeah, people are going to come out of the store like with their bags full of stuff and then just immediately be getting scared. And I don't know, I actually think it's kind of cool to have.
I want to see characters going into the store.
Me too.
My advice to everyone, do not buy anything breakable until the end of the night unless you want to ship it to That's a Wrap in the front of the park and get it at the end of the night, because characters will go after you if you have bags in your hands.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's gonna,
especially if you try to take care of them.
With all the hordes we have and everything, that there's not going to be a whole lot of places to escape.
No, there's not.
It's going to be a very packed, I mean, pretty much Diagon Alley, and
but everything around Diagon is
getting there is going to be a hard time. But if you can get there, then you're safe.
My sister before she moved to California said if she ever went to Horror Nights in Orlando, so I was telling her about everything that goes on with all the roaming hordes and all that stuff. She says what she would do is she would either stay in Scream and just stay in Diagon.
That's the only option.
Or if she ended up going late, she'd be the first one through the gates. She would literally run through Hollywood, up, turn at the stage, go up, and go through the San Francisco Scare Zone, and that's it.
Well, I got news for you. She's going to get accosted by characters around every one of those corners.
The whole way
I know.
there.
The only real option, Travis, seriously, you hit the nail right on the head, is you have to go to Diagon to do Stay and Scream and just remain there all night.
Boy, that sure sounds fun.
But here's that's the waste. It's a waste of a Horror Nights ticket, people.
And then, like, if you want to, like, duck out, you can, like, peek around the brick wall and everything and maybe make a mad dash for Bill and Ted, then run right back to Diagon.
Actually, that's very true, unless they put a roaming horde near Men in Black.
Well...
Which technically,
they won't let you
that's considered London. They could put a roaming horde in London.
I didn't think they could.
No.
That's
not Warner Brothers.
See, I've always wanted to see something in London. I don't really know what the limitations are for that area.
I mean, they play Harry Potter music there.
They can't go in. Whenever I went, they weren't playing any music.
In the daytime?
In the daytime.
What?
That's weird.
I heard
the night bus out there too.
Yeah.
Which is very Harry Potter.
They can cover up the night bus.
Cover it up with a blanket.
Cover it up like they do with the Fear Factor sign.
Up on some of her limitations because we have what's going down in other parks.
In Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So
Man.
obviously, I mean, hopefully that'll migrate its way over here eventually. I'd prefer
It'll
sooner
happen.
rather than later. I agree. I think it will happen,
But
but I think it might take some time. It took time for Diagon to even be open during Horror Nights.
And of
if
course,
we get the scare zone with the Death Eaters or the roaming hordes with the Death Eaters, you're gonna have to have safe zones somewhere.
well, first off, number one, I don't see them doing it for the event. I see them doing it. It's a daytime activity like they're doing in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing. So that seems to make the most sense to me, honestly. And secondly, if you look at Hollywood this year, which of course is the first year that the Wizarding World West has been open, they're not open at the event this year.
Yeah.
They're not doing Potter at the event this year. So I mean, they'll probably get it in a couple of years, just like we did. It took a couple of years for us to actually be able to use it at the park.
But I think eventually um they'll make Springfield safe zone.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Bad news. Haven't heard that in forever. But
Number
here's
one-
the thing.
Number one.
Springfield would be perfect as a safe zone
No, it wouldn't.
because
No,
it
works
has
too
food
well
and
for the
alcohol.
hordes.
I
No.
know it does.
What do you mean
And-
it's good for food and alcohol? There's freaking food and alcohol all around the park.
Yes.
But
There's an
that's-
alcohol stand every 10 feet, damn it.
Why do there need to be any safe zones?
It's like Starbucks. There's
Yeah,
alcohol everywhere.
Here,
Travis.
here's the.
Wait,
If you
I
you
just
want a
blew my
safe zone,
mind.
go to freaking City Walk. End of problem solved.
I just blew my own mind. I can have a pumpkin spice latte at Horror Night.
Oh,
You can
Wow,
have butterbeer
Travis.
at Horror Nights,
Wow,
Travis.
you're such a white girl.
yeah.
I can have pumpkin spice latte at Horror Nights next year. That's going to happen.
ESL, I love.
Or Travis, you could be a real man and drink a tongue-tying lemon squash and Diagon.
No, thank you.
Or you can have some booze.
Oh, jeez.
That's the point of Horror Nights if you're not within every 5 feet.
I'll take my Buzz Cola and my Blinky Cup, please.
Amen.
Perhaps I won't drop my freestyle cup this year in the purge like I did last year.
I
I'm gonna
still
get
love
some
that
water
story.
from Jason.
Rest in peace.
Get water from Jason, exactly. So to continue the last bit of news I had, Travis, the tribute store is
Uh-huh.
going to be open on preview night from 9 to noon for APs. So it's going to basically be like Steve Rubell at Studio 54. You're going to have like the same thing we had last time. They're going to have it open with like a curtain and everything. So
And all the daytime guests are looking in like, what the hell's going on in
what are
there?
they
And then they're
doing
gonna go
here?
complain to guest services that it's too scary for their children.
I can assess that last year, that's how we exited a Legendary Truth, and that's all I can say, and that's all I will say. But I will state that that area is really big, and I'm really curious to see they actually having a store in there, and I think it's going to work really well. I was talking to a friend of the Popcast Network, Charles Bremer, a little bit ago, and basically,
Told you, Mal.
What?
I told
What?
you.
Basically, we discussed the fact that there's probably going to be a lot more even than normal of limited edition stuff that's going to go like crazy. Like opening weekend, it'll be gone.
Oh yeah.
So I am prepared in more ways than one this year. So I'm good to go.
Hopefully there's no shirt switching shenanigans for you this year, Owen.
That was super ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, and I have no idea how it even happened.
I don't. Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest.
But I can say that Tyler and I were the only ones that had the black jack pin opening weekend, and everyone else had to wait until the end of the event.
That is true.
So yeah, that's the news we've got. Horror Nights, not far. We're 12 days away from preview night. We are
Incredibly close.
14 days away, 2 weeks from opening night.
Oh yes.
Horror Nights is extremely loud and incredibly close.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
I can almost taste it.
But it doesn't. But just like extremely loud and incredibly close, it'll also have a very obnoxious child waiting for you at the end.
Speaking of obnoxious children, Owen, did you hear? This is not theme park related at all.
Great.
But
Let's talk about it on this theme park podcast.
NXT Takeover.
Canada, yeah, Toronto got announced.
You called it.
Darn right, I called it, and that's when Bobby Roode's going to face Nakamura, just like I said.
I saw Cam. I'm filming it now.
Okay.
I just can't see because I took my glasses off because I'm tired.
So Travis will be falling asleep just like he normally does, right here on the Wrestling Podcast.
Ha ha ha.
But yeah, there's a lot of really great things going on, and I have a lot of really cool announcements to make, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow night at 9 p.m. to make those announcements.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Don't
Well,
miss out.
Mel, what Universal? What Disney news do you have?
All right. Well, I've got my notes right here, and I'm not exactly sure what you all have covered previously.
Okay.
So I just kind of have stuff from the past approximately 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we
Who let
can
the
see.
dogs out?
Woof.
We're also going to talk about Not So Scary, because tonight was the first night.
Yes, that's on my
Yeah.
list. Oh, right.
Who let the HHN dogs out?
Okay, so
Making an appearance, a special appearance.
yes, it's our
Will
good
Smith.
friend Will Smith.
Welcome.
Tonight,
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
we
Oh,
are
no.
so close.
We've opened a can of worms.
I shouldn't have, I'm glad I didn't bet you money, Travis.
Now, I have to ask everyone a question. How was everyone tonight?
Work.
Pretty
10
good.
times better than now that you're
Hello,
My
Mr.
dog.
Joker. How's it going?
Pretty good, Travis. Can I tell you something? When
Yeah.
you're drunk, you look like the whole front row at Horror Nights.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know anymore.
Oh, I do know, and I don't know.
I
Where's
told you.
Will?
No,
Where's
and
the
I'm very
Where's the
concerned.
Wi-Fi? Damn it! give me some of that Wi-Fi.
Oh jeez.
I still want to find out who won.
to be continued.
Dun, dun,
Let's
dun.
just say, Owen, you have to go through the house and find out.
I don't think I want to be honest.
It's not a work.
I'll
Oh.
be back.
And he was never seen again.
Oh no, that would be so sad.
No, Travis, here's the thing. You said it's not a work.
It's not a work.
Travis, that means it's real. You need to learn your vernacular.
Yeah, Travis, get your shit together, man.
I don't know what I'm saying now.
Let's talk about Disney.
Let's
late.
talk about Disney. And
Let's
so,
talk about Disney.
since we're on that magical topic, the first thing on my list is Zika.
Oh, yes.
So there are several interesting things happening at Disney right now in relationship to the lovely Zika virus that's spreading around down here in Florida. The first of which applies to Universal as well, is that both Disney and Universal are offering complimentary mosquito repellent to I don't know, comfort people, I guess, to ward off the skeeters. So we'll see if that actually does anything. And the other interesting part of that, they drained River Country, which has been just a giant
Ooh.
puddle of stagnant water for decades at this point. And maybe not decades, but quite a while. And
Bacteria country.
yeah, it's they drained it not with any intention of ever reopening it, but just to get rid of the old stagnant water that's been sitting there and drawing what I assume to be bajillions of mosquitoes. Let's see. Next on the list, they're repainting the rocks over in Tomorrowland to blue. I don't understand. They're all blue and purple, and I'm very confused. But anything to help Tomorrowland, which is terrible right now, just terrible. It needs it. The aesthetic of it is a mess. Let's see. We had a hurricane that just kind of ended, which was interesting from the Disney perspective. There were multiple times when people were asked to go inside and remain there because of the high winds. My advice is don't listen to them and just go outside and have fun anyways. Hurricanes are for wimps. This is my official advice. Do not listen to tornado warnings. Go have fun. This is from Melody. Let's see. There are now direct buses from Disney Springs to the parks, which is something that there has not been for quite a while, which is kind of nice. It makes it a lot easier if you want to hop from Disney Springs to one of the parks and back and forth. They stopped doing that eons ago to try to discourage people from parking for free over at Disney Springs and then hopping to the parks. I guess now they just don't care. Let's see. Mickey's Friendship Fair is getting a fall finale for the autumn season, which I'm sure will be cute and hopefully will be better than the actual show, which I hate. Let's see. I'm sure you've already covered this, but the Main Street Electrical Parade will be ending on October 9th. Officially, no confirmation if Paint the Night is actually coming here, but I keep hearing cast members talk about it as though it is official. Which doesn't really mean anything. Oh my goodness, my dog is upset.
Carl, it's okay.
She forgot that Katie was here, and then she came out of her room. Anyways, so, yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Main Street Electrical Parade, October 9th. We don't know if Paint the Night is officially coming, but I'd like to hope that it does. I really like Paint the Night. I think we could use a nice thing like that. And then this is not from Disney World, but Disneyland. We have an official closing date for Tower of Terror over at California Adventure. Devastatingly so. I don't even want to get started on this. It upsets me so much. But the Tower of Terror will have its final checkout on January 2nd.
Rest in peace.
Come and get your love.
Ugh, come and get I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
Wow.
Seriously, I said don't get me started on it. I mean it. This is one of the biggest... Pearl, I'm going to need you to stop. This is one of the worst things that Disney Park has ever done.
Pearl doesn't like it either.
She's really upset. She just loves the Twilight Zone a lot.
Here's the interesting thing about it, Mel, honestly. Disneyland has been known throughout time to have its fan base be really vocal, so much that they are afraid to change certain things. Yeah, I'm curious how this got by.
I honestly can't believe it. And this is, I've said many times, like, oh, I've never seen something Disney announced get received so poorly. But this is another level of anything. I have never seen vile hatred for an announcement like this. And
it's a sellout.
And them still go forward with it. It's ridiculous. It's a mistake. I mean, it is truly a mistake. I think we also got confirmation that they are going to be fully enclosing the tower.
Yep.
No more doors.
What the heck?
Basically making its height pointless. And then somebody did this wonderful Photoshop where they photoshopped the Carthay Circle Theater in front of the concept for the new tower to show just how hideous it is. And boy, is it the worst thing ever.
It's going to look so out of place.
It is. It really is.
Mel, did you see the guy that cosplayed as the actual Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror, and it basically had a sign that says the internet hates me?
No, but that's really funny. Please send that to me.
So, what I guess when I was gone?
There was this weird guy who called himself a Joker who showed up, and it was, oh boy.
Really?
It was wild, yeah.
Really? Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, crazy.
He really believes in kayfabe, too.
We talked about Zika and how it relates to the mouse.
Oh, Mel, I do have something that I saw today, actually, on Twitter a little bit ago. And it's the fact that not only are they doing it in the park for, like, inside the parks, they're actually doing it as little containers in the hotels.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, it's basically being treated as like a new toiletry item.
Yep, exactly.
So that's kind of interesting. I mean, I've seen a lot of people pick it up just because, Disney doesn't give anything free, and so people will take literally anything, even if it's mosquito repellent.
It'll be in my room tour when I do my my room for Boardwalk and Old Key West.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting that they're doing it. I don't know. I mean, it only affects, pregnant women, and I'm not pregnant, so I don't care.
Just
That's the news. Pearl agrees. She is also not pregnant and does not care.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yes, Mickey's Not So Scary. That's a whole other beast. It started tonight.
Yes.
I've seen an
Wait,
abundance of
what the heck it
tweets
did?
about it, including no Headless Horseman before the parade.
Ooh, it's probably because of the weather.
No,
I
let
don't
me
know.
explain. Let me explain. Headless Horseman's not coming out for the first parade. He's coming out for the second.
Okay.
That makes no sense because if the second parade gets rained out, you're screwed.
Okay, well, we'll see. I was just, that sounds like a huge bummer. I would be devastated to go and see that parade. And it also doesn't make sense if if the weather would be too bad for the horsemen, then how would it be okay for the rest of the parade?
That's a good point.
Including that
Exactly.
dog. If we're talking about there is a dog later on. So,
Yep,
I don't
exactly.
know. So
13.
I genuinely fear that they cut it.
They
I hope
didn't.
not.
They didn't cut the Horseman. I can actually look for him right now. I'll get back to you.
Let's see, Mike.
Please do.
Okay, let me pause that. Shut up. There we go. My question is, didn't her main like go past like over and around Orlando?
Yeah, so coming from someone who was in Orlando during, is it Hermione? Is that actually how you say it?
No, it's Hermaine.
Hermaine? That's really stupid.
Whose dumb self
I know.
came up with that idea?
Whoever said we can't name it Harambe is just horrible.
No, do you not know how they do storms?
Yeah, I know. They alternate male and female. I don't care. I want Harambe. But anyways.
Hashtag
I hate
dicks
you,
out for
Cameron.
Harambe. Hashtag dicks out for Harambe at Bill and Ted 25.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't say that, I'm going to be devastated. And if they
Headless
don't
Horseman
I
came
need
out.
to see Bill and Ted dab.
Oh God.
It's gonna happen.
I promise you guys, Headless Horseman came out. I'm looking at it right now. Wow,
Okay,
that's so
good.
cool.
That's good. He didn't come out for the first parade, though. I know that.
10 minutes ago.
All right, well, good. So
God, that is so cool. I'll retweet it
awesome.
so you guys can see it.
He's amazing. It's literally like, okay, I don't go to the Halloween parties. I haven't been since 2013 because why go to something that's exactly the same every single year? I know there's a new Sanderson Sisters show. I can watch a video of it. There's not enough there to entice me to go, especially with the crowds getting bigger and bigger every year.
I've got one.
But there's candy.
I've got one on
There's
the Popcast
also
network.
candy at Family Dollar.
BRB.
Okay. So there are 13 trick-or-treat locations this year.
Yeah.
And where else in the world can a 34-year-old man trick-or-treat without children in a place and not get looked at like a crazy person?
A bar.
Okay.
I'm sure there's somewhere. I trick-or-treated until I was 18 years old.
Right. I mean, the Sanderson Sister show, the Villains Spectacular is really good.
It is really good. I absolutely agree with that.
I like it a lot. It's 3 times a night at 9:15, 10:40, and midnight. They even have really sweet merch this year. There's another Spectacular shirt, and they actually have a pin this year, too.
I saw some of that on Twitter as well.
I'll have that soon.
But it's cool. It's just with the crowds getting bigger, and especially with the tighter costume guidelines, there's just less and less to entice me to watch 7.
I understand.
Especially as an annual pass holder, where the fact that it is in Disney World is not a perk.
Oh my gosh.
Getting to go to Disney is not something special for me. It's something I do very, very regularly. So the extra stuff has to be enough to feel worth 70, and it just, for me, it doesn't. For me, as a poor person, it does not. But I did have fun. The last time I went, Jake and I went as Carl and Ellie from Up, and we were very popular.
Oh yeah.
People
I'm
love
gonna
Up. Cry.
some stuff that I've been seeing from Not So Scary is we found someone dressed up as Tim Tracker
Whoa!
and actually got a picture
Yeah, he was there tonight. He and Jen were there.
with Tim.
Incredible.
What else? Let me see. There's, oh my gosh, I might cry.
What?
Oh, when
I know. Dick and Judy are out and about.
Oh.
They're with
we
the
got a
creep-
video
they're with the-
coming,
they're with the
Zootopia
creep-
pre-parade, I might
Yeah.
cry.
They're with the Creepa crew this year, replacing Phineas and Ferb.
Hocus Pocus is up.
Apparently, there were 2.5-hour line waits for Jack and Sally tonight.
Wow, that's
Good
awesome.
God.
It only took me like 30 minutes. I was good.
Yeah, Jake and I waited less than 30 actually, and we were relatively close to Halloween. I think we just timed it well, but yeah, we didn't wait that long for them at all, and then we had a very long interaction.
Yep, same here.
Oh my goodness. I have an amazing idea about Mickey's Not So Scary.
Cancel
boy.
it.
What?
Wear my psychotherapy costume to Disney.
That'd be I mean, I would love for me and Katie and Connie to do our usher, director, and caretaker outfits to Mickey's Not So Scary. I think that'd be super fun, and we could totally get away with it. There's nothing about those costumes that are outside of the guidelines.
Nope.
Oh, so even like a blood print wouldn't bother anyone.
Yeah, like
Well,
obviously
yeah,
fake
it would.
blood splatter you can get away with. Like, and none of us have any blood on our costumes except for me. I've got a little blood splatter on the shirt, but that's it.
Yeah, I
So-
can't wear mine then because I have a lot of blood on that gown. That I put a lot on there.
You could probably get away with it, maybe. I would bring a backup just in case.
Alright, I'll bring my Bill S. Preston costume just in the backup.
I've seen lots of Bills and Teds at Mickey's Not So Scary before.
So,
And Haunted Mansion costumes are super popular, of course.
The Clawhauser card is not good.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't like it either. Especially, it doesn't work for me as like a Halloween party exclusive. Like, I have the Hitchhiking Ghost one,
yep,
and
same.
that's awesome. I love that one, but I have no interest in that one. It's not that exciting.
I just want everything to
I just collect them. I just collect them because honestly, I have the only ones I don't have are the ones you have to buy, like the Chaser 10 that you have to buy in order to get them, and you may or may not get them.
Yeah,
That's the only ones I don't have. I have everything, and I have all the event cards as well.
that's impressive. I don't have nearly all of them, but I actually do have a few of the ones you have to pay for because someone gave them to me.
Ooh,
But that's it.
we may have to have talk later.
We might.
All right,
I'll have to look through what I have.
That's cool.
Okay, I have something to say about chat. Media Nut asks, "Hey guys, what villain or Halloween characters would you like to see in a Halloween electric parade in Disney World?"
Ooh, cool concept to begin with.
I have an easy one because it's probably one of my favorite villains. It doesn't get way enough put over when it comes to Disney.
See, I have one, but I mean, he's in the Sanderson Sisters show, but I'd like to see him in a parade.
Dr. Facilier.
Yes, you'll find him at the studios right now, doing Club Villain.
Yes, he's
Mhm.
amazing. I love Dr. Facilier.
Same here.
I'm Beccarino.
Welcome back.
I remember Ursula had her own little she was afloat basically in the Inspector Magic.
Yes, yes, she was.
Yeah, I would love to see that brought back for like a villain's nighttime parade. It literally, well, it doesn't exist anymore, but it did.
Spectrum. My big one, honestly, without any doubt, is Syndrome.
Ooh, that'd
Ooh,
be
yeah.
awesome.
I'm a big Jason Lee mark, and I really like the fact that he's actually a villain in Disney. And the Incredibles don't get nearly enough play in the parks.
Oh, absolutely not. They get a hashtag super dance party.
Oh, God.
For me, a lot of my friends, other friends don't like him, and I keep asking them why, and they're like, I really like Jafar from
Oh, I like
Aladdin.
Oh, Jafar is
Jafar.
awesome. I mean, granted, even though I absolutely hate snakes, Jafar is probably one of my favorite villains in Disney history.
I would love to see the Horned King get some love. He won't,
Yeah.
but I can pretend.
Oh man, Jafar, he's so awesome. I really want his staff that he has in the movie.
Yes.
Snake like I can be. Okay, it just got real awkward.
All right. Well, is that all of the Disney news we have?
That's all that I have. There wasn't a
I
lot of interesting Disney stuff happening this week.
I have no official confirmation on the opening of the observatory at Planet Hollywood. I do know that it's supposed to be in October. We don't know exactly
Okay.
when in October.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Will
mean, we
you
have our
will
standard
you be
releases
there?
always swirling around.
If it's in October, it will be.
Yeah. And I
Heck
guess that
yeah,
means
the
it's
Planet
good.
Hollywood's my favorite place in Disney Springs when it comes to restaurants. I get so
Yeah.
much flack for that, but still, I love Planet Hollywood.
No, I always get a lot of
I
flack for that too because I really always loved Planet Hollywood when I went more often. And at the very least, even if I didn't eat there, I would always take friends there just to show them around.
I
Chicken
like
Crunch.
the atmosphere. I do not like the food.
Ooh. I was there during Christmas time about 5 years ago, and I had the entire restaurant to myself. So I literally went around every inch and I took pictures of everything.
That's awesome.
That was great.
How long has it been shut down for? Because I know last time I went, which was a couple months ago, it was closed. But
It's been closed for several months.
Yeah, it's been a
okay,
while.
yeah, I didn't know when they started reworking it.
I mean, as long as it opens in October, I'll be there. So, and Pizza Rizzo is the same way. It should be opening sometime this month too.
Interesting.
I do have one more question about Mickey's Not So Scary, and then we can move on from that. How, if in Orlando, Disney and Universal are in competition, how come Mickey's Not So Scary does not open the same weekend as Horror Nights? How come Mickey's Not So Scary opens so early in September?
Well, they're two different
You can't really
fan
compare
bases.
those two.
If you want to compare, okay, you want to compare Not So Scary, you need to compare it with like Spooktacular or Brick or Treat.
Yeah, it's while they are both Orlando Halloween events, and there is some competition between them, I suppose, for like the theme park fan, adults and some teenagers. They really do serve a very different clientele.
Yep.
You tend to find people who really love Not So Scary, to often be even anti-horror nights, not even just,
Oh yeah.
but very
Yeah.
staunchly against it as a concept. A lot of Orlando parents really hate horror nights. A lot of Orlando parents are also really stupid.
I've talked to these people waiting on the bus before numerous times.
Yeah, I mean, my parents never hated it. They used to the commercials weren't quite so scary, and I do too. They traumatized me as a child, which is the story of every Central Floridian kid.
Right.
I don't think I'll ever recover from the director commercial with the jester with the fish hooks.
Oh, that's my favorite.
It's mine now
So
too, but
good.
imagine seeing it when you're like 5 and just
yeah.
watch cartoons,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you can never sleep again.
I was on that same boat before I started going.
But there is kind of a beautiful irony that that was something that legitimately haunted my nightmares for years, and now I've literally cosplayed as that character. I don't know. It's just kind of wonderful cyclical events in my life.
Shut up, dog.
I know. Pearl, you need to
Pearl
quit.
just wants to input her opinion.
She does. She's very passionate about Horror Nights. She wore that Usher hat once.
Yes.
She
The cutest.
cosplayed.
That is the cutest little Usher ever.
Isn't she?
Oh my goodness. On that note, I think that's our show tonight.
And that's
If no
all I
one
got
else
to
has
say
any
about
other news. No one else has any other news before Owen chokes out Cameron for no reason whatsoever.
And
Joke's on
before
you, I
So
choked.
and before Joker comes back,
Oof.
yeah, let's
Take this home. Tap your wrist.
get let's take this home. Cameron, where can we find you on social media?
On Twitter. Okay.
We found him.
Okay, so on Twitter, you guys can follow me at CrypticCam, and also on Periscope, you can find me at CrypticCam as well. And then on YouTube, I have a channel called Cam from the Crypt. You guys can go subscribe to that if you do. That would be much appreciated. And thanks for having me on the show tonight. It was really fun.
Nobody actually invited
Yeah, it
you.
was.
Are you kidding me? You guys begged and pleaded.
no, they didn't. No,
They're
they
like,
didn't.
Cam, please.
No,
You're
we
the
were
greatest
saying,
podcaster.
Cam, please leave us alone.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just couldn't finish. Mel just couldn't finish the sentence in the thing. She wanted to tell that to your face.
Yeah, I was so
Gosh.
distraught over the idea of you being here that I couldn't even finish what I was gonna say.
Oh my god.
All right, Will, where can we find you?
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HHNDawg, DAWG. You can find my YouTube channel, also at HHNDawg. I have some amazing content. I started daily vlogs. They're not doing so good, but that's okay. My channel will grow. So like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more great content coming soon, and a special surprise coming tomorrow. Yeah, no, Cam, it's not the surprise you want. It's not a drill dough.
Ugh.
Dreams don't come true, I guess.
Yeah, this is not Disney, bitch.
No drill dough.
If I want to go to Disney,
Wow.
if there's one thing I want at Disney, it's Zika.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It'll finally be able to make me be able to cope with that part.
Hey, Cam, can I tell you something?
No.
The real John Muddy of Disney's gonna get your ass.
Okay, Mel, it's your turn. Where can we find you?
Yes, social media. Check me out on Twitter at Melody the Diznerd. That's PhD, and I did try to change it. There's not enough characters. And you can check out my Tumblr at savingmrskywalker.tumblr.com. Dashes between all of the words. And you can check out Pearl on Facebook at Black Pearl the Black Pug.
The Black Pearl.
Oh my god, on Twitter.
Yes.
Be the Black Pearl.
Yes, she is the Black Pearl. And she met another pug named Jack Sparrow once, and it was amazing.
Oh,
But yeah,
jeez.
so check her
pretty
out.
cool.
We're almost to 1,500 likes. I would love to see us get to 2,000 before 2017.
That your dog has more.
Send some of those people over here.
I wish I could. They're all just there for cute pug. She was on Animal Planet. What can I say?
What the heck?
That pug was featured on my podcast tonight, so.
Yes, exactly.
Guest starring Pearl.
Yeah, I'll share the podcast and be like, guys, listen, here are the time codes where you can hear her bark.
Oh my god.
Wow.
One bark equals one like.
Oh, don't start that too.
One like equals one bork.
Oh, trust me.
Bork.
I will. I'm going to begin that. Oh, and where can we find you?
Follow me on Twitter at Surround Disney. Follow the network on Twitter at Popcast Network. Check out our Facebook fan page and give it a like if you'd like. It is on the Popcast Network. And also, we have a Zazzle store that is going to be getting a lot more packed very soon. Details coming in the near future. I got a lot of really cool things coming that way. And on top of that, tomorrow night at 9 p.m., the Elite of the Popcast Network will be back for our 11th Halloween Horror Nights podcast of this season. We're going to be talking about our Pop HHN meetups for this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, 8 is the magic number, and that's all I'm going to say.
Man,
About that.
It feels like yesterday, Owen, we started our first podcast with Texas Chainsaw.
Time flew, and
Time did fly.
And now we're only 2 weeks away.
And now you've added the best member of the elite you've ever had.
John Cena?
Joker Anderson?
Who said my name?
Oh no.
What have I done?
Hey, Mr. Joker Anderson, can I speak with you for a second?
Are we still on air?
Yes, we're still on air.
Unfortunately.
Yes, Mr. Joker Anderson, may I speak with you?
Yes.
Where can we find you on Twitter?
Well, I guess no one gave you the memo, Travis.
Joker only has an email address. You can email him at...
I don't have a web address. Shut up, Mel.
He only accepts snail mail. Actually, he only accepts ravens with messages tied to their feet.
Oh my god.
Alright, who wants to play my favorite game, Whack-A-Troll?
Is it called Mute the Will?
That game's about to happen in about 2 minutes.
It just happened.
Don't mute Joker. Don't mute Joker. Let him put himself over.
He'll get angry.
Travis, I kind of deleted my Twitter. I don't use it anymore. I wasn't active on it.
Oh, my bad.
Makes
Joker.
sense. There's
My
too many
bad.
maniacal things to be doing other than Twitter.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't stop horror nights.
I know, Mel. There is 2 things to do. Stealing chance from Jack and doing the other with her.
Oh my god!
On that note, thank you all for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at Travis Coaster. I'm so
Joker's
done
on
right
his way
now.
to steal your chance.
Hey, you know those memes that it's like you versus the guy who she says not to worry about?
Yes.
It's like a picture of Will and a picture of Jack.
Okay.
Fucking memes, man.
Thank you all for watching. Just follow me on Twitter at Travis
You sound
Coaster.
so dejected.
And we will see you all next week, hopefully without a lot of shenanigans, but it was fun, so it was a good change in pace than usual. This will all probably be 1 episode because it was 2, so yeah, you all know what this means. See you all next time. Does anyone have anything left to say? No, you don't. Shut
I
up.
never had anything to say in the first place.
Alright, see y'all next week.